I'm the bad guy. Duh.
And I am back here in the fandom zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain on YouTube Entertainment today, Mr. General Zod. Welcome to another great fandom zone review. And today I want to talk about the new Fantasy Island 2020, or Trash Island. Anyways, you guys know how it goes when here on the channel and what my rating system is, so let's just jump right into this one. The overview is there are a pair of people who go to this island, and the island grants people's their biggest desires, but there is a price or a catch to every single one of their dreams. And this person who hosts the island might have more than just granting people islands. There's a little bit of a mystery and blah blah. What did I think of this film? Let me just start with my pros, because they're a short list. It's an intriguing premise, borrowed from an actually good show. That's it. This movie, this movie is god-awful. I like the idea of taking the original Fantasy Island and twisting it and using it as a horror theme, but this film doesn't commit to its premise. First off, there's a lot of setup and exposition. This film is exposition heavy, explaining things that I felt like they needed to let the audience come to this conclusion organically. The problem is, this movie spoon feeds you everything. There's literally dialogue with the guy talking about how he can't break the rules, but they don't let us figure the rules out for our own. The other thing about this movie is it is god-awful draggy. There is so much dialogue that weighs down the pacing of this film, and the tone is all over the place. It essentially starts out as like a thriller, maybe, or a psychological horror, and then it detours, and then the end of the film completely switches up everything. And I guess the best way I heard it was, I know what you did last summer on an island. It is just so convoluted, slow pacing. I like Michael Pena. He plays the host, like the iconic people who would come before him, only he is woefully and terribly miscast for this role. There is nothing menacing in his performance, no air of mystery. He doesn't fit in this layout. The jump scares are strong in this one. Literally, someone has a jump scare by just looking in the mirror. There's like nothing there. Not even one of those fake, oh, you see something behind. It was just, they did a jump scare for someone looking in a mirror. This was by far the worst use of an IP I have ever seen in my whole life. This movie is painfully, terribly, poorly paced. Okay, let me just get to the pacing, because it starts off intriguing, and some of the beginning is engaging, and then it just slows down and goes into all of this exposition, and then certain characters really don't serve a purpose in this story, except for to move certain elements of the story. There is a character that Mr Roarke plays, and for the life of me, I still can't figure out why he's in this film, because he ultimately doesn't contribute to anything to the story, except for, once again, moving the story along. And the climax of this film is so predictably horror cliche. This movie is just bad. Bad on multiple levels. I don't even know what to say. Like, honestly, when I got out, my girlfriend was like, really? That's it? I mean, it was like a waste of all of this setup just for a generic ending that really any horror movie could have did. It felt like two separate movies when you get to the point towards the end of the movie. Like, the third act feels so far removed for what they set up in the first two acts that by the time you get to the third act, it feels like they kind of just string along the beginning plot points, but it's really just someone who is angry and wants revenge. And really, her motive is ridiculous and stupid. So, all in all, what did I think? This is a terrible movie. Zod does not approve. This is, keep in mind, the same people who made Truth and Dare. The difference is, I actually thought Truth and Dare was good in a ridiculous, stupid way. This is just terrible movie in a terrible way. A boring waste of time. I give this film a 3. I think it is not bad as far as the normal stuff I talk about in films with messages and things like that. It's just a bad movie. It's just poorly constructed. Like, the shots and the locations are okay, but the dialogue is horrendous. Everybody is painfully miscasted, and honestly, the story is at odds with itself by the end of the movie.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.